Today on Filmmaker Friday, we're gonna be talking about some cool gear that's not as flashy or really that's talked about that often, but ends up being extremely useful on almost every shoot that I do. God, it's like show and tell. What's up, everybody? My name's Jason from Night Owls Media and For Love Films, and today I'm going to be talking about some cool gear that isn't as flashy, that isn't as talked about or reviewed in most vlogs or video content, but that I find I use all the freaking time. And like I've discussed in a previous video, you don't buy this all at once. You buy this over time when you end up needing it, and you just get a lot of it over time. So today I'm going to be going over some of my favorite things that I bring on film shoots with me that make my life a little bit easier, a little bit more professional at some points, and it allows me to really create what I want to create and how I need to create it. Now, before we begin, all of these items are going to be linked down in the details below. I am an affiliate with Amazon, so if you go through these links, it does help me out a little bit, so I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. So let's just dive right in. The first thing we're going to talk about is Gaff Tape. If you don't have Gaff Tape in your kit, go buy Gaff Tape. The best thing I found about Gaff Tape is that it doesn't leave a sticky residue. So let's say, for example, you put up some diffusion on some window with some duct tape or electrical tape. When you take it down, it's gonna leave this really nasty, sticky residue that's really kind of hard to take off. Gaff Tape is really easy to peel, cut, tape, and I'm just gonna go ahead and save this, and then take it off with zero residue. The other good aspect of it is it's really strong. So I'm able to hold down cables on carpet or flooring and people can walk over it all day and never move it. The only downside to Gaff Tape is it is a little expensive, but because of all of its pros, that expense is far outweighed. The next thing is a multi-USB port DC converter. This might sound a little silly until you're in need of some power. On corporate shoots, when I'm doing long interviews, typically the camera will be set up like it is right now and will be running for about 8 to 10 hours, but you don't want to be changing out batteries every hour, and the external battery on top of the unit can only go for so long as well. So by plugging one of these into the outlet, plugging in a USB, plugging that USB into the camera, then you have the ability to power your power indefinitely. Or what if you need to charge your phone on a day of a shoot? Or what if you need to charge someone else's phone and you're the good guy then? Or maybe a battery charger. Everything is USB powered right now. It's never a bad idea to have a multi-tap USB power source. Now on top of this, it's fantastic to have multi-ports, because the ones that only have one port, then you're pretty much excluding any other use of that plug. On the same note of power, battery bricks. These are an absolute lifesaver. I use these on every shoot, whether it's to power my audio that's off to the side, or a camera, or anything else I might need on the day. And like I said, I'm running my phone almost my whole day because I have my shot list, my script. I have to communicate with my other crew all on my phone. I know everything's going to be okay. So having these little battery bricks are a godsend on a film day. Now I'm a big dude. I'm 6'6", 290 pounds. So getting down on my knees can sometimes be painful. So I like to use knee pads for my knees when I'm working, and this allows me to quickly run to a camera bag, get down on my knees very fast without fear of putting all my weight on my kneecap and then hurting at the end of the day. Now I'm putting my full force down on these tactical knee pads, and not only is it comfortable to wear, yeah, it might look a little goofy, so on the more higher end corporate clients, I'll put these underneath my pants. But if it's like an industrial shoot like we shot for the recycling company, I had this knee pad on the outside of my jeans the entire day. But this allows me to keep working without fear of any kind of self-injury by me kneeling down. This one's totally stupid, but I use it all the time. Now, I didn't specifically buy this case. I got this free from buying some batteries, and it came free with a case, but what I use it for is I use it for all my Allen wrenches and other little tools that I need for my monopods, for my tripods, for my lights, for my audio connectors, for all this stuff. I have an extra 502 plate in here. I have lots of stuff in this tiny little compartment that I can zip up and put off to the side inside my camera bag, so it's not just running around loose, and I got it for free. So be on the lookout. When you get things for free, sometimes they can absolutely be a vital part of your kit. This is the Color Checker Passport. Now, typically I won't use these at weddings, but I will use them on corporate shoots when I'm running different kinds of cameras during the day. I'd say any kind of shoot where you're using different types of cameras or different kinds of lighting situations, it's absolutely awesome to have this. Is it crucial? No, but it does make color correction in post a lot easier. Put down in front of the camera so it fills the frame, so you can check this color balance when you're doing your color correction later. Now, on bigger shoots, I will also take this next to my face so I know what skin tone I'm looking for, either myself or the talent that we're using in front of the camera. But every time you change lighting conditions, every time you change locations or cameras, I would suggest to reshoot this so that you can rebalance in post that much easier so it's all the same. Clamps. Oh my God, clamps.
Maybe you should give him the clamps, Clamps.
Gee, you think? You think that maybe I should use these clamps that I use every day at every opportunity?
Now, we all have 1,000 of these in our gear kit, and they come super handy. I'm talking about different kinds of clamps that you can use throughout your shoot to clamp reflectors, to clamp lighting grids, to clamp lights in weird places. If you notice, I have a halo light coming from right here, and it's clamped up there with one of these, and the light is literally attached to the clamp like this, and it's clamped on to my stud hanging above my head. These are fantastic because these I can mount onto C-stands by taking out this little peg here, and it perfectly fits onto any tube type of thing, so like a tripod or a C-stand, and I'm able to post my Mix Pre 3 onto the post back here or my zoom, and I'm able to monitor my audio directly from the same source where my boom is. Literally, you could mount a camera to this and place it from the ceiling or on a wall or even on a tripod, but having something like this is valuable because you never know what kind of situation you're gonna get when you go into a new area, and being able to have this in your kit and just throw it up because you can't put a light stand somewhere, but you can have a light on one of these out of the way, it makes your job so much easier. On a social media sense, I love having this little top mounted cell phone holder. So what I'll do is I will literally put this on top of a C-stand or a light stand while I'm shooting, and I'll put a phone in here, and throughout my shoot, I will go live sometimes so I can show my followers what behind the scenes is actually like. Last but not least, and probably one of my favorite things, diffusion paper. Diffusion is absolutely crucial when you're doing any kind of lighting. As you can see from my lighting setup here, I'm using a grid and diffusion, but if I don't have this kind of light, or if I have a smaller light that we're just throwing up for a quick interview or something, throwing on different layers of diffusion paper will allow you to get the look you're actually going for, which makes a nice soft light on your subject. This kit right here cost me $25, and unfortunately I can't find it on Amazon, but I bought this on B&H a few years ago, and it's been a lifesaver ever since. I think it came with like 40 or 30 sheets, and I've only ever really destroyed, I think, 3 of them over the years where they would slip and fall and someone would step on them. But otherwise, they go back in this perfect little plastic holder, and I use them all the time. What are some awesome things that you don't find as flashy in your film kit that you can't live without? Write them down in the comments. I would love to know about them, and maybe I'd like to pick them up for my own kit. If you like all this free education, make sure you like and subscribe so you're up to date on all the newest content that I'm making. Every Friday, I'm trying to release a new Filmmaker Friday video, and every Sunday, I'm trying to release a new Small Business Sunday where I'm helping small businesses build their brand through video. In the meantime, be better today, do something awesome.